So it's annoying, but one of the other benefits of flipping your compost pile at some sort of regular interval is that when you have a tall pile like this, nature is only going to compact the bottom. And this is I can't get my hands through it, it's pretty compact. But up top, it's very flowy. And in order to have good composting, you need oxygen for it to do the aerobic respiration to break down everything. So when you flip everything, so I'm doing my lasagna beds, greens down, browns on top, so I'm taking the browns, putting on top of the greens. You're also re-aerating a pile that was once compact, or that was once not compact, but now a little bit more compact simply because of the weight, to take a little breather. Once it has that breather, it will then accelerate again. But if you don't do that, it goes into the anaerobic phase, which is not as fast as the aerobic, because ultimately you want this to be turning and accelerating and decomposing within a workable time frame. Mine's about every 2 years, so I'm not trying to do that in the 18 days or whatever the Berkeley method is. I'm just trying to have a large amount of dirt after 2 years that I don't have to buy any. And the other thing of when you flip, it also gives you an idea of how healthy your compost pile is. So this is a relatively new pile, so it hasn't been established by worms, but definitely gone now. But definitely once I got closer to the bottom where the earthworms are, there's definitely a lot more in there. They haven't gotten to the top simply because I've been flipping back and forth, but it's also good to make sure you have a lot of bug life that's present in your pile. That's also going to help the microbes break down everything, and it's also a good sign that it's a healthy pile. If you don't have earthworms or bugs in there, I mean, something's wrong with it. It's too moist, it's too dry, there's something wrong with it. You need to reestablish the biology in order to help everybody to be happy. So in my case, the dirt isn't dried out, it's fairly moist but not overly moist, and it's not dry, so it is a good composition right now. It just has to be established a little more in order for the bugs and the worms to be established themselves, and then they'll work towards everything. The other good thing is, if you're in my case where you have rats living all over the place now, it's also a good way of finding nests that you didn't expect to be there and getting rid of babies. So if you are flipping over compost piles, be aware that there might be other things living in there, which might be a surprise, but it's also a good thing because you can then also get rid of those sorts of things before that sort of line of wildlife becomes established as well. So it sucks that you have to flip like this, but ultimately it does help make compost in a faster, more healthier fashion.